The Delhi police has conducted a crime scene reconstruction to trace the weapon used in Ponty Chadha and his brother Hardeep's murder. What we're going to do now is get you up to speed with all the latest investigations. Sources indicate that the cops have made an inventory of weapons used in the crime. Sources indicate that Hardeep used two weapons in the shootout, a .3 Smith & Wesson pistol and a 7.62 bore Mauser. Namdhari's PSO had an SAF carbine. The police PSOs on their part had 4 carbines, 3 AK-47 rifles and 1 9mm pistol. All these weapons are being sent for ballistic tests. Meanwhile, the Ponty Chadha murder mystery has deepened. Doubts are being raised over the real motive behind the killings of Ponty Chadha and his brother Hardeep. Family, close aides and associates have doubted the police theory that the dispute over a farmhouse was behind the murders. The cops have done forensic tests on Ponty's SUV and his manager Narendra Ahawat's car. A group of Punjab cops are in Delhi to find out what role the PSOs assigned to Ponty and his brother Hardeep played in this incident. Sukhdev Singh Namdhari, the Uttarakhand Minority Commission chairperson, has now turned a police witness and is being grilled. There are several unanswered questions which remain. For instance, was there a link between the October 5 Moradabad farmhouse shootout at these killings? How many weapons were recovered from the Chhatarpur farmhouse post the shootout? Why would the PSOs attached to the brothers be willing to kill almost like hired shooters? Whose weapon fired the bullets that were lodged inside Ponty and Hardeep's bodies?
Delhi police has made some significant headway in the investigations of the shootout which took place inside this Chhatarpur farmhouse. We know that almost 12 weapons were used in this shootout, and Hardeep Singh himself had 2 weapons. One was a pistol, a Smith & Wesson pistol. The other one was a Mauser, 7.62 bore Mauser, which was used in this shootout. Besides that, there were weapons with Punjab police constables. There was a weapon with Sukhdev Singh Namdhari's PSO, who had apparently fired at Hardeep Singh. Also, one of his managers, Hardeep Singh manager, was also carrying a Colt weapon. So all these weapons have been seized. They will be sent for forensic examination to ascertain how many of them were used in the shootout which lasted here for quite some time inside this farmhouse. Beyond that, police is also looking into the motive.
The Delhi police is questioning Uttarakhand Minority Panel chairperson Sukhdev Singh Namdhari after the murder of Ponty Chadha. He has been detained by the police since the shootout and is yet to get a clean chit. Cops are saying that there are inconsistencies in his statement which he's changed at least thrice. He hasn't been able to point to his exact location at the time of the shootout. Police haven't called him a suspect yet, but are yet to give him a clean chit. There are serious allegations of loot and murder against Namdhari, who is described as having business links with the Chadha group. Around a dozen cases of murder and loot are registered against Namdhari in Bajpur and Haridwar. While Namdhari stays in Udham Singh Nagar, his passport describes him as a resident of Jalandhar. Namdhari's arms license was seized after he allegedly encroached upon a piece of land in 2005. Later, he managed to procure another arms license from Punjab. Uttarakhand Chief Minister Vijay Bahuguna said that Namdhari was made the head of the minority panel by the previous BJP government and he will face a probe regarding his dubious past.
को हटाने का आप रास्ता निकालेंगे, क्योंकि मैं राजनीतिक कारणों से किसी को नहीं हटाता। एक अवधि होती है किसी की, नामधारी जी की अवधि अभी बाकी थी, लेकिन अब जो शिकायतें आई हैं उस पर शासन कार्रवाई करेगी।
इनका जो पासपोर्ट है और जो इनके शस्त्र के लाइसेंस है वो पूरी तरीके से फर्जी पाए गए। ये शस्त्र लाइसेंस है जो इनका उधम सिंह नगर बाजपुर डीएम ने कैंसिल कर दिया था, उसके बाद भी इन्होंने फर्जी तरीके से उसे रिन्यू करवा लिया और उन्हीं शस्त्र के दम पे, उस फर्जी लाइसेंस के दम पे शस्त्र लेकर लोगों को धमकाते घूमते हैं, दुनिया भर की जमीनें कब्जाते घूमते हैं।
It's not new for a brother to go against his own brother. From the mythical allusions Cain and Abel to Bali and Sugriv, the killing of a brother by a brother is something that is part of what human relationships are all about when it comes down to possessions. This was proved true once again when property and money made Ponty and Hardeep fall apart. Details are still not clear as to who wanted what, but what is very clear is the fact that neither wanted what the other thought should be his.
They may not have lived happily together, but the two brothers were finally together in their last journey. Hardeep Singh's family waited till Ponty's second autopsy so that the brothers could be cremated together. Little Ponty and Hardeep grew up in Moradabad. This house was a witness to the boys' growing passion for cricket and their developing business acumen. It was a humble beginning for the Chadhas, a cane-crushing unit in Moradabad set up in the early 1960s by Ponty's father, Kulwant Singh Chadha. His three sons, Gurdeep alias Ponty, Rajender and Hardeep alias Satnam took over from him. By then, the business had spread to Rampur, Najibabad and Bijnor. Ponty had been grooming his successor, his 30-year-old son who was a Class 9 dropout from Welham Boys School in Dehradun.
Ponty was known to be a soft-spoken man, but people knew when he meant business. After his father's health deteriorated, Ponty, being the eldest son, started managing the family business. His younger brother Rajender and Hardeep became his associates. Under Ponty, the group rose to dizzying heights because Ponty found a way to find favor with every government. Insiders tell us that the trouble between the brothers began after Ponty started pitching his son Monty as the group's heir.
As soon as he took over from his father, Ponty began diversifying. Today the Chadhas own several residential and commercial complexes, malls, townships, hotels, bars and cinema halls. It is rumoured that Ponty was even contemplating buying an IPL team.
क्रिकेट में उनको बहुत इंटरेस्ट था, लगातार वो मैच भी देखते थे, लेकिन हम ऐसा कुछ चर्चा चल रही थी, मैंने सुना था कि शायद वो इंटरेस्टेड है आईपीएल की कोई टीम लेने की में, उनको इंटरेस्ट था, लेकिन मेरे से ऐसा कोई मतलब प्राइवेटली कोई ऐसी बात नहीं हुई.
Ponty hobnobbed with politicos and celebs alike, but remained a media recluse, rarely giving interviews. An invisible man despite his proximity to those in power. Ponty's power in Uttar Pradesh was evident even in his death. As soon as the news spread, the shutters of nearly all liquor stores across the state came down.
He managed to keep on the right side of whoever was in power, and that I think is a skill, tribute to his skill in operating in the political system.
It was believed that Chadha used money to buy his way through, but such charges could never be proved. The income tax raids ahead of the UP Assembly elections this year were the first indication that Ponty's always suspect activities had come under the scanner of the union government. But that was not to be Ponty's undoing. It was a family feud that finally turned fatal. Was it over the possession of a farmhouse, or was it the control of the Chadha business empire, or was it the issue of the heir to the family wealth and fortunes? This is the story of a family that has been struggling to stay together despite their riches, despite their clout, despite the bitterness.
It is indeed surprising that despite their differences, both the brothers were staying in the same house. Apparently, their mother wanted them to stay together. However, the differences over property kept them apart to the extent they ended up killing each other. With camera person Probir Biswas and bureau inputs, Atir Khan in Delhi for Headlines Today.
Ponty Chadha was a colossus who controlled a massive empire. It is said that the true extent of the business was known only to him. Supposedly, there were other deals too that were cooking in the pipeline, and these two must have been privileged information that Ponty Chadha kept very close to his heart. The big question now facing the Ponty business empire is who will succeed him? Who will take control of the thousands and thousands of crores worth of business? That in itself is a billion-dollar question.
After his death, the Chadha business empire is now limping back to normalcy. Besides me is Wave Cinema in Noida that has opened after 2 days. Ever since his death, the Chadha business empire was in turmoil. But the bigger question is, who will take over Ponty Chadha's huge business interests and how will the family manage this empire that Ponty Chadha ruled over?
And it was a huge empire that Ponty had built up for the Chadha family, stretched out over Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Mumbai. Well, not one to be closeted in a single high-risk business sector, Ponty Chadha had ensured that his businesses were always diversified. From liquor to real estate to cinema halls and shopping malls, the Ponty wave was all-consuming. The empire had mills for sugar and paper, there was processed food and poultry farming, even mining and transport. He had even turned film producer, pumping in money into big budget presentations.
So you find a very extensive kind of set of operations. So you would say that definitely there was some kind of a vision behind it. Meaning he had a very clear-cut idea as to what he wanted to do, and he set about achieving that.
It had always been Ponty who dreamed big, and big began when Ponty managed to cast aside those who controlled the liquor trade in UP. Ponty Chadha got the sole distribution rights from the Mayawati government, but now, with the license up for renewal and Ponty Chadha gone, the future is unpredictable.
Ponty's successors, be it his brother Rajinder or son Monty, are in for a major tough time, because the 10,000 crore liquor business in UP has been traditionally controlled by the Jaiswals, and once Ponty's contract for liquor distribution is over early next year, these rivals turned partners may not just take it lying down.
Well, the Chadha business empire is said to be worth anywhere between 6,000 crore and 20,000 crore rupees, and it was Ponty Chadha who kept stock and control. He was the chairman. The question now is who will take over now that Ponty and his brother are both dead. The two obvious choices would be either the son or the only surviving brother. Manpreet Singh Chadha is the joint managing director of one of Ponty's businesses, Wave Incorporated. The other possibility is Rajendra Singh Chadha, who is Ponty's brother. Remember, he is the only surviving person from those three brothers. A Chadha company is said to have the sole contract for supplying midday meals under the Child Development Scheme in Uttar Pradesh. There are also some whispers of a milk vending scheme worth 9,000 crore rupees that was on the verge of being given to a Ponty Chadha subsidiary. But the sole distributor of liquor in UP had also diversified into midday meals for children and was possibly going into milk distribution as well.
A lot of politicians, corrupt bureaucrats of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand are responsible for taking him where he is. Without their patronage, they couldn't have done it.
It is no wonder that people say Ponty Chadha was visionary when it came to cutting a deal or getting a contract. Now his successors will have to live up to his example for the Ponty Chadha empire to keep growing.
Gurdeep Singh Chadha alias Ponty Chadha rose from selling snacks with his father in front of a country wine shop to build a business empire worth thousands and thousands of crores of rupees. But the wealth that Ponty created for his family and himself could not save him from being murdered, that too at the hands of his own brother. A gory fratricide over property, and Ponty and his brother Hardeep lay dead, killed in a bloody shootout at their Chhatarpur farmhouse. Headlines Today now puts together the sequence of events that led in this gruesome murder.
It was a pleasant Saturday afternoon when suddenly shots rang out and bullets flew. In the capital's upscale Chhatarpur farmhouse belt, two brothers lay sprawled in blood. UP's liquor baron and realtor Ponty Chadha and his brother Hardeep died a bloody death after they trained guns on each other over a property dispute.
Yes, there were disputes between the brothers, after the demise of their father. They were trying to get the properties, divided between them. So there were talks of settlement.
Ponty's relatives and friends were aware of the bickering between two brothers. Ever since father's death, dispute over property was brewing all along. But the 7-acre farmhouse in Delhi's Chhatarpur area became the immediate provocation for the shootout.
According to the police FIR, Ponty reached the farmhouse with Uttarakhand's minority panel's chairman Sukhdev Singh Namdhari around noon. The main door of the farmhouse was locked, so Ponty asked his guard to open the gate. It was then that his brother Hardeep reached the spot and opened fire at Ponty's guard. Minutes later, Hardeep fired at Ponty. Sukhdev Namdari's personal security guards then returned fire, and in the hail of bullets, Hardeep was also shot.
ये चारों राउंड जो हरदीप चड्ढा को जो गोलियां लगी हैं वो आर पार हो गई हैं, उसमें कोई गोली उनके अभी ऐसा बताया कि कोई ये नहीं तय हो पा रहा कि किसकी गोली से वो मरा है.
Senior officers of the Delhi police rushed to the scene along with a forensics team. 2 postmortems later, it has been revealed that the brothers received 20 bullets amongst them. So far, 42 people have been questioned, and a team of Punjab police is also assisting the Delhi cops in their probe.
Delhi police is not taking any chances in the investigation of this case. Right in front of you is Ponty Chadha's SUV vehicle, which was used by him to reach the Chhatarpur farmhouse at around, and as you can see, there are blood stains still here. Forensic examination has been done of this vehicle. You can see there are chance prints which are taken here. The investigation is going to be thorough. The reason is that Delhi police wants to ascertain whether it was just Hardeep who fired at him, or were there other assailants also who were firing at him. So this, Delhi police believes, is absolutely crucial to get the evidence. With camera person Probir Biswas, Atir Khan in Delhi for Headlines Today.
Atir Khan has been reporting extensively on this story. He now joins me live. Atir, what can you tell our viewers about the investigation and the motive that the police have been able to establish so far? What is it that really led to this gory shootout?
Well, Rahul, the investigations are become quite interesting now, and the police is not taking any chances. Remember, incidentally, a senior police officer who investigated Jessica Lal case is now supervising the investigation of this case. So they do not wish to repeat the shortcomings of investigation which they had at the time of Jessica Lal. Let me tell you, today Sukhdev Singh Namdari has been detained. He has not been released so far. He has been detained since the shootout, and he's being interrogated repeatedly. Apparently there are some contradictions in his statement, though he is not technically a suspect, but at the same time he's not been given a clean chit. So therefore, on the motive, the police are not committing at all. They are saying that it is a property dispute at the moment, but then there could be more to it.
What more could there be? Because from what we've been able to gather is that there was, a settlement which was in the works. They were fighting over the share of property. A settlement was being worked out. So what is it that went wrong at a time when a settlement was in the pipeline for it to end in this brutal fashion?
Well, Rahul, what gives twist to the entire theory is that some relatives have come out and they have given a statement saying that there was no dispute between the brothers, and it had been resolved. So they suspect there could be more to it. So therefore the police investigation is open-ended, though they are focusing on the crime scene, reconstructing sequence of events, forensic tests. They have recorded statement of more than 100 persons have been questioned so far. 2 persons, Rahul, have been taken into custody because on the same day there was another tiff in another farmhouse in Bijwasan. So 2 persons have been caught there, but in this case police is going slow because there are 2 FIRs in this entire episode. So it is likely that tomorrow maybe they'll come up with a comprehensive statement and there could be a new twist to the entire theory.
We look forward to your reports on the investigation. Atir Khan, for the moment, for joining us. Thank you very much. From zero to about 20,000 crore rupees, give or take a few thousand crores, that too in a span of just about a decade. The meteoric rise of Ponty Chadha can both be told as a fairy tale or as a story of an unholy nexus between business and politics. The Chadha wealth did not come out of manufacturing. It came out of getting lucrative contracts supplying products like liquor to the tipplers and midday meals to school children. Ponty had great acumen in identifying opportunity and milking it.
The journey of Ponty Chadha to the top of the liquor world began here at this humble shop of a country-made liquor, the license of which his father, Kulwant Singh Chadha, got in the 1960s. The beginning, the entry of the Chaddhas into the liquor business. This is where Ponty learned the tricks of the trade, which he turned around and became the liquor baron.
Gurdeep Singh Chadda's transition to Ponty Chadha took him from small-time Moradabad to Lucknow to Delhi, Mumbai and beyond. In the process, Ponty amassed untold wealth for himself and his family. Born into a Sikh refugee family that had migrated to India from Rawalpindi in the terrifying days of partition, family had always been important to Ponty.
बहुत अच्छी फैमिली है, कभी कोई बात इनकी नहीं निकली नहीं बाहर, और ये पोंटी ने भी लाखों आदमियों को रोजगार भी दिया है, हमारे बच्चे भी काम करते हैं, सबके साथ अच्छा व्यवहार कर रखा है उसने.
And as Ponty grew and built on his father's initial ventures, he still did everything in the name of the joint family business.
His friends remember him for his flashy yet subtle lifestyle. Gurdeep Singh is the boy who later came to known as Ponty Chadha, the man who owned multi-millions.
Known for keeping a low profile, Ponty Chadha was a man who stayed in the shadows and worked his connections.
Start was small-time contracts of country liquor. That's how he started. And then West UP and UP Hills, he dominated the scene by 1993.
Those close to him say Ponty's knack to work the system to his advantage brought him the business that he owned. Chadha took his first big leap when former Chief Minister of UP Mulayam Singh Yadav inaugurated his Wave Mall cum multiplex in Lucknow in 2007. But it was the vending rights of 12 western UP districts given out by the Mayawati government in 2008-2009 that made Ponty the undisputed king and catapulted him to the helm of a huge business empire spanning liquor trade, real estate, sugar manufacturing, entertainment and poultry. His empire grew rapidly during the last decade as Gurdeep Singh Chadha courted political leaders, especially former UP Chief Minister Mayawati. He was close to top politicians in Punjab and Delhi as well. Ponty gained control of UP's liquor business. He was allowed to buy many state-owned sugar mills at hugely discounted prices. He was given monopoly control over UP's wholesale liquor business. Ponty also got the contract to provide millions of midday meals to school children.
Well, you know, he came from a family which is, his father came from Pakistan partition and he settled down in Moradabad. Had virtually no business, meaning he was basically selling snacks outside a liquor store. From there, his father got the license for the country liquor.
Ponty Chadha built a huge business empire. So huge that no one seems to know its extent. Various estimates put it sometimes at 6,000 crores, sometimes at 20,000 crores, and even at 25,000 crores. There was only one man who knew how much. The man who made it possible. The man who had relentlessly worked the system to favor his business. The man who did it for his family and died because of it. Bureau Report, headlines today.